quiet of night, I whispered my plea, holding her close, hoping for her decree.
You hear it before you notice the row of lights, the deep, steady inhale of a generator, a stall light stuttering into life, then the market hum folding around it. Tonight, those small kilowatts are the unsung chorus. Welcome to Ancient Echoes KH. I'm Sam Nong Bradley. Walk the lanes with me. This episode, Current Keepers, listens for the people who keep Cambodia's night markets lit. A generator mechanic, a young kiosk owner charging phones off refurbished batteries, and a solar technician threading panels into everyday carts. Quiet Stones, Loud Stories starts here. In the next half hour, I'll take you close to the metal breath of a repaired engine, into a small kiosk where people queue for a 10-minute charge, and up onto a rooftop where a technician balances cost and community. This will be sound-forward, close recordings, voices, the click and barter of a market. I'll also explain the safety boundaries we're keeping. No on-air repair instructions, no exact stall locations, and clear ways you can support these workers ethically. Details and sources are in the show notes.
From a contextual standpoint, listen, informal electrification here is both ingenuity and risk. Generators and shared charging are vital livelihoods, but they're also sites of fragile safety and unregulated practice. We'll frame what we heard at a high level and point you toward community groups and cooperatives doing safer, sustainable work. Technical how-tos are off the record. Please respect that.
The first keeper I met is a mechanic named Chan. He's 45, oil on his hands, and keeps 2 markets on 2 nights. He taught me early on, apprenticeship is how knowledge moves here. He said, I learned by watching my neighbor, then by fixing small faults between customers. He times repairs to the market rhythm, finish a fix just as the evening rush swells, so the stall owner can flip a switch and sell a meal or a phone charge. His voice was matter-of-fact, but his pride was plain. You can hear it in that small laugh when he says, a light that stays on is like giving someone work for the night.
Listen to what this means. In the anthropological sense, the market becomes a microgrid of people and parts. The layers matter: apprenticeship, barter, and a rhythm of repair that's tuned to mealtimes and prayers. Those social patterns are as important as the machinery itself.
Chan walked me through a typical evening without giving me a single step to replicate. How he listens for a cough in the engine, how he times a coil swap between customers, and how he keeps a quiet space for apprentices to learn. He told me how the rainy season brings a predictable set of failures, and how he budgets for parts by taking on extra shifts at weddings. I asked him about danger. He shrugged and said, we learn the hard way, but we watch the sparks and we call the elder when it gets too much. That was his safety practice, knowing limits, calling the right person, and teaching the next hand to do the same.
That last detail matters. Community protocols, who to call, when to stop, are the real safety nets. When you visit, honor those protocols. Don't crowd someone mid-repair. Ask if it's a good time to talk, and take no technical advice in place of a licensed professional.
Next, the charging kiosk. Picture a narrow stall under a tarp, a bright phone screen propped on a crate, and a young woman, Srey, keeping a ledger with a pencil. She charges phones by the minute, swaps batteries she refurbishes, and manages a steady queue of students and tuk-tuk drivers. She told me about dignity. Customers choose to queue because a charged phone means work, connection, and sometimes a little hope. Her business model is simple and clever. Small price points, quick turnover, and a reputation for honesty.
From a community standpoint, Srey's kiosk is not just commerce, it's infrastructure. The layers matter. She negotiates battery sources, she keeps records, and she teaches customers about swapping etiquette. If you want to support someone like Srey, consider paying a fair tip for long charges or hiring through local liaisons rather than asking for DIY help.
Now, listen. Imagine a 2-minute stretch of market life. The low drone of a generator, the soft chime of a vendor calling out a price, a fan whipping a tarp, the click of a charger securing a phone. I'll step back. Let these sounds sit with you for a moment, and let the place breathe. Back on the rooftop with Vichia, the solar technician. He's been installing small panels on carts and shop awnings for a few years. He spoke about trade-offs, panels that lower long-term fuel costs but require maintenance and trust. He negotiates with vendors about where panels sit so they don't block shade or create awkward wiring, and he offers simple maintenance checks for a small fee. Importantly, he said he refuses to show step-by-step installations on camera. People must use accredited installers, he told me, and that's a rule I respect, and a rule we'll echo here.
This is significant because adoption depends on trust and access to parts and financing. The deeper story is how microfinance groups and cooperatives are helping vendors move from patchwork solutions to safer, durable systems. We list vetted organizations and community partners in the show notes. If you want to help, support those groups rather than improvising fixes yourself.
Practical takeaway, short and usable. 1. Always ask before you photograph or record someone charging a phone or being repaired. 2. Do not request repair tips or wiring instructions. Those can be dangerous, and we will not detail them here. 3. If you want to help, tip fairly, hire through a local liaison, or donate to a vetted cooperative listed in our notes. 4. Respect privacy. We've avoided specific stall addresses and exact schedules to protect people's livelihoods. These are small acts that matter when you're visiting.
Before we close, we paid our participants fairly for their time, we obtained consent, and we offered copies of the episode for community use. If someone asked to anonymize their voice, we honored that request. That's the ethical baseline for fieldwork here. Care for people first, stories second.
Thanks for following these keepers with us. Mechanics, kiosk owners, technicians. Their work is quiet and essential. The complexity here is beautiful and fragile. The next time you pass a lit stall at night, remember there's a small economy and a set of relationships making that light possible.
If you enjoyed this journey, subscribe to Ancient Echoes KH for more neighborhood stories and sound-rich field pieces. Visit the show notes for links to vetted cooperatives, field resources, and our source list. Share this episode with someone who loves markets, soundscapes, or the ingenuity of everyday life. From market chatter to temple chants, thank you for listening. Quiet stones, loud stories.
Oh, shining diamond, flawless and red, you stand so quiet, soft in the air. I dared not to rush you, feared you'd flee. Your heart too pure to belong to me. If you turn away, I reach and bind, press my hand, still body and mind. Your brows I trace, your breath I steal. This mark I place is dark and real. From this moment break and fall, hear the spell, obey the call. False love born from sacred lies, second one whispers through closed eyes. Follow me, don't fight, don't run. Your soul is caught, my work is done. Empty will your light undone. Under spell, under Sigmund. Crystal beauty, diamond bright, caught between shadow, charm, and night. Time won't save you, truth won't last. This vow is carved, the line is cast. My words are smoke, my touch is fire. I bend your heart to dark desire.